Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here, and the lab code is on back order. And for this week's Pokemon X Team Building video, I have a scary announcement. I didn't plan ahead when choosing my Pokemon for all these past weeks, and as such, I'm left with a lot of Flying-type Pokemon to get into these battles, which means we're going to be sharing a lot of type weaknesses across my team, which is very scary for me. So let's get serious for a moment. So yeah, I am kind of limited in the Pokemon that I have left, so a lot of primarily flying Pokemon, and there's even a water Pokemon, so I see a decent electric weakness across the board. So we're going to see which Pokemon I can put together. I'm going to take 3 of the 6 remaining Pokemon that haven't yet been used. I'm going to pair them with 1 previously defeated Pokemon and 2 previous victorious Pokemon, and let's see if we can get these Pokemon into a victory in the Wi-Fi battles. Let's check out the team and see what I'm bringing. The first newcomer for this week's team is Majestic the Altaria, caught back in my original Hoenn Adventures back on Game Boy Advance. I don't remember exactly where I caught her, but I think it was outside Meteor Falls on your way from Fall Arbor Town. She has the Naughty Nature, which does improve attack at the cost of special defense, and her ability is Natural Cure, so that if she gets hit by a status condition while in battle, I can switch her out and the ability will cure her of that. She's holding the Liechi Berry, which in a pinch, when she's low on HP, will improve her attack stat even more. And you'll see most of the super training went into the HP. A good decent amount went into the attack as well, but then I kind of evened out a little bit with the speed and special defense there. Her moveset is, we got Dragon Claw for a good stab power, and initially back in the, I believe, Diamond and Pearl, well I should say Pearl because that's the game that I had, I taught her Steel Wing to deal with any of her Ice and Rock type weaknesses, but as it turns out, now that she is weak to Fairy types, which is new in Gen 6, Steel Wing is super effective against Fairies as well. And we do have Dragon Dance, because that's a pretty decent move to give any Dragon type, or whatever Pokemon can learn it actually. So you're going to improve the speed and attack stat using that, and since she will possibly be taking some hits as she sets up, I did teach her Roost to be able to heal back 50% of her full HP. And that's where the Liechi Berry is going to come in too. If she actually gets hit down to low HP and the berry activates and she gains an attack stat boost, then she's going to be able to Roost and heal up and keep that attack boost as well. The next newcomer to the team is Chuck the Bibarel. Now this is an interesting capture. He was actually my only main team Pokemon that was from the Dream World back in Black and White. Or White, again, I should say, that was the game that I played. And when I encountered this in the Dream World, the ability that it had, I really wanted to catch it. You'll see here, first of all, the Lonely Nature, which improves attack and lowers defense, but his ability is Moody. Now, I know a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot, but there are some people out there that don't like the ability of Moody, because what it does is randomly, sharply raises one of the Pokemon stats while lowering another one at random every single turn, like at the end of each turn. So what this can do is improve or decrease the accuracy and evasion of the Pokemon, and that does, put it into a bit of a luck-based game, but that's kind of what I think is fun about it, because you never know what's going to happen. Every single turn, Chuck could suddenly get a massive attack boost and lower his speed, so there's no telling what's going to happen from turn to turn. And just to make sure he has some decent attack, he has the Muscle Band to improve his physical attacks, and the super training. Now, you'll see here, what I'm doing this week now is I'm making note of when my Pokemon have the worst possible IVs, and I know that's not something you want to highlight, not something that, is that noteworthy, I suppose. I guess it's noteworthy, but it's not in a good way. But when I was going and checking with all of my Pokemon with the potential judge in, I believe it was Omega Ruby, I didn't know that he actually tells you which stats are the worst. I knew he tells you which ones are which ones are possibly the highest they can have, but he was also saying stuff like, oh, you'll never outspeed anything with this pitiful speed stat, and I thought, that's actually pretty neat that they let you know that as well. So he does have the worst possible speed, but he does have something to try and help him out with that. So anyway, the super training, I maxed out his attack and put an even amount to even up his defenses at about 175 each. His moveset, the reason that we don't mind that he's kind of slow is because he has Bulldoze. Anything that's on the ground, he's going to be able to use Bulldoze and slow them down by one stage. He can do this multiple times, of course. And if he's outspeeding something, I guess I should say, we do have the Waterfall attack, which could get some flinching. And I wanted to keep Rollout on there for, again, sort of the randomness of it. You never know if it's going to hit every single turn. I've had some battles in Battle Tower, or I should say Battle Maison, where I start using Rollout, At the end of that turn, Chuck's Moody actually sharply raises his accuracy, so he's suddenly hitting with, more rollouts. And we do have Yawn as well, just to try to put the opponent to sleep, and I guess let another couple of Moodies fire off before the opponent wakes up and deals with it. The final new member of the team this week is the first of the legends of my collection, Articuno, the legendary Ice Bird Pokemon. He has the ability, or he has the nature Lonely, a couple of Lonely Pokemon this week, which does improve attack and lower defense, so not what I really would have hoped for an Articuno, but it is what he was naturally given. And his ability is Pressure, as all standard legendary birds have. It's going to increase the PP usage of the opponent. Now, I wasn't really sure what item to give him, so I just decided to go with a nice evasiveness kind of thing, and I gave him Bright Powder. So he's going to hopefully be able to take some good hits from the opponent. I maxed out as much as I could into both of the defense stats, so you'll see special defense is a powerful 344, and defense, because the nature does lower it, it just got up to 252. I put the rest of the super training into the HP. I'm probably going to mix this up a little bit later, I'm just going to try this as it is, because this is the stat spread that got him through some of the battle towers in the past. So I'm going to keep it like this for this week, but you'll probably see a pretty decent switch over as we get into some future battles. Now for the moveset, I'm going to jump right to the bottom part. Yes, you're seeing Sheer Cold and Mind Reader. I know it's a pretty cheap tactic, but Sheer Cold is a one-hit knockout move that if it hits the target, it's going to immediately knock them out no matter what their HP is, no matter what their defense is. It's just a one-hit knockout. It has low accuracy, of course, but Articuno does have the glorious ability to learn both Sheer Cold and Mind Reader. Mind Reader is a move that when you use it, your next attack on the following turn will hit regardless of evasiveness, of accuracy, anything like that. So, the basic idea, of course, would be use Mind Reader and then use Sheer Cold. Something else I'm going to keep in mind, though, as soon as I use Mind Reader, the opponent probably is going to expect the Sheer Cold and switch out to something that wasn't Mind Readered. That's when I have to sort of make a prediction. What are they going to send in, and what attack can I use against the new Pokemon coming in? So, aside from the one-hit knockout potential, Articuno does have Water Pulse, which I taught to him to deal with any fire and rock weaknesses he might come up against, and Mud Slap, also for fire and rock weaknesses, along with Steel as well. Now, he doesn't have a Stab Ice attack, which I'm probably going to wind up giving him in the future, but I'm just going to rock out the moveset as it is for the time being, and see how far it's going to take us in the Wi-Fi battles. So those are the three newcomers. The previously defeated Pokemon I want to bring in. You'll notice that there is a considerable weakness building up here for both Electric and Rock. So to deal with one of those weaknesses, I'm bringing back Grub the Leavanny. Now Grub has a serious nature which does not improve or decrease any of his stats, and the Chlorophyll ability will double his speed during the turns when there is bright sunlight on the field. Now, since he is pretty frail, he is double weak to both flying and fire, he is holding Focus Sash, which will ensure that he survives one hit from max HP to be able to fight back on the next turn. I switched up his super training a little bit this week as well. Initially, I had it maxed out for the attack, and the HP was what it is right now, but I sort of had defense and special defense investment, but given the fact that he is double weak to two types of attack, and his defenses aren't the best they could be anyway, I thought I'm actually going to put his super training remainder into the speed stat, try to outspeed some opponents, which he's going to be able to do if he can get off the Sunny Day, which I actually didn't update this just yet. I'm going to try switching out and getting rid of Protect this turn, or this week. I'm going to have him set up the Sunny Day because I was looking at the team I'm bringing, and none of them I really wanted to switch one of their moves for Sunny Day, but I figured I can risk it and try getting rid of Grub's Protect for Sunny Day. He's going to be able to boost his own speed, as well as the Synthesis attack that he has is going to be able to heal more HP when the Sunny Day is up. So we're going to see how well that goes. And of course the Focus Sash will keep him from fainting as he sets up the sun. We just have to hope they don't have a speed priority move like Quick Attack or Sucker Punch or something like that next turn. So his attacks are the same, or his offensive attacks, Leaf Blade and Bug Bite, both stab, both pretty powerful, especially with an attack stat of 305. So we'll see how well he can do to withstand any electric attacks that might be going after, say, Articuno and Chuck. But we do have another idea for electricity. But first, we're going to check out the first of the returning champions from past weeks. And that is Buukemon the Hariyama. Buukemon is a lonely Pokemon. That's our third one this week. So it boosts attack, lowering defense. And the ability Guts will, I think it doubles the attack stat if the Pokemon with Guts is affected by a special condition, such as fire or burn, that you can get from a flame orb that you're holding, which is what Buukemon's item is. Super training was for the attack stat, and I evened up the defenses. This is the same as it was before, because it worked pretty well last time. I'm not going to switch it up. What I did actually switch up was the moveset for one of his moves. He still has Thunder Punch, which could possibly paralyze the opponent, and Smelling Salts, which does, I believe it's double boosted damage against a paralyzed opponent. It does cure them of the paralysis, but if we paralyze them with Thunder Punch, we're going to get a double power Smelling Salts the next turn. And his last attack, Fake Out, is the same as it was last time, but this time around I switched out his payback attack for Knockoff. Now, Knockoff is a move I've seen a lot of people use online, and I've never really considered it. Like, it wasn't that powerful, I think, in previous generations, and plus, I haven't had Pokemon that can learn it naturally. But now that I am going through the Battle Maison in the Omega Ruby game, I'm starting to get battle points, and I can use the move tutors on at the Battle Resort, and one of them does teach Knockoff to almost every single Pokemon in the game. So I thought, it's still a dark type attack, and it's going to be able to help me get rid of my opponent's items that they use oh so effectively against me. Buukemon is going to be able to knock those items right off. And the final returning champion from past weeks, it's going to really help us deal with that electric weakness even more so, along with the rock weakness, which Buukemon can do as well, and it is the most powerful Marowak. Now, he was a pretty beastly powerhouse last time. I believe he one-shot floored a Staraptor with a Thunder Punch. He has a serious nature. He is not joking around, okay? He is the most serious Marowak you're going to find. He's got the Lightning Rod ability, so if I do have a water or flying Pokemon in battle and I fear some sort of a Thunderbolt, I'm going to send Marowak in. He's going to draw that electric attack towards himself, and he's not going to be hit by it because he's a ground type. And the Thick Club, I love that item for Marowak. It doubles the attack stat. Now, with 255 already, I did invest the most super training into the attack. Try to get the defenses to a nice round number, so 220 for special, 250 for physical. But 255 attack is going to be doubled to 510 holding that Thick Club. And that attack stat is going to be powerful going along with his Bonemerang attack, which is Stab, and Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Brick Break, all for good coverage. He's going to be able to get probably some super effective damage off on a good number of opposing Pokemon. So that is the team for this week. We're going to get into some matches starting tomorrow and see how well they fare on the field of battle. We are sort of fighting an uphill battle, though we do have like a couple of type weaknesses that are doubled up here. And I didn't mention Ice as well. We have Majestic is double weak to Ice, and who else am I bringing? Can't remember who else is weak to Ice, but you can see in the picture right here. I know Marowak as well is going to be weak to Ice, and I was thinking Articuno. No, he actually part resisted, so we don't have as much of an Ice weakness as I thought, but Electric could be a condition or concern. Rock is definitely going to be a problem. So we're going to do our best and see how well these guys can do. I hope you come back to the channel tomorrow and check out those battles and root my team on and see if we can get some more Pokemon into that nice green glow victory circle. Alright, that's been the team building video for this week. I'd like to thank you for checking out this video and your interest in the series. And I'm going to get out of here and get ready for the fights, and I'll catch you next time.